guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I have an amazing deck profile for you guys. I bought 3 boxes of the Rise of the Unison Warrior, pulled out some cool cards, and I decided to make a Gotenks deck. I put my own little twist into this. Nothing here is like, it's crazy. I don't know how to explain it. I play 7 unison cards here. Not all the same. They're all different. But yeah, you'll see when I show y'all what I got. But this is the leader I play. It's the new Gotenks. The auto is when this card attacks, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, then draw 1. A great way to self-awaken in a way, which is always good. Then the second auto is once per turn. If your opponent has 1 or more energy, when your opponent activates an extra card, draw a card. So you're consistently drawing cards with this card. Then to awaken is when your life is at 4 or less, you may switch to your energies and flip this card over, right? And then boom, SS Gotenks Display of Mastery. I actually like this card. I don't know. It's different, but a good different, I guess. So the auto is a standard auto. When this card attacks, draw 1. Second auto is once per turn. When your opponent activates an extra card, draw a card, then choose one of your opponent's cards or battle cards and switch it to rest mode. Third auto is once per turn. When you activate Union Fusion, this card gets 5k plus critical for the turn. So you have a 20k crit, leader doing some damage, which is always good. And the first 1 drop that I play is Vegeta the Impregnable. When this card is played, look at the top 5 from your, or look up to 5 cards for the top of your deck. Add 1 yellow unison card with a specified cost of 2 or 1 yellow Saiyan card with energy cost 3 or less among them to your hand, then shuffle your deck. You're gonna need this guy to bring out some of your unisons. And definitely some of the Saiyan cards in this deck that's gonna, make this deck run really smooth. I also play 4 of these pans. When this card is played, look up to 5 cards from the top of your deck. Add 2 yellow Sun Goten, GT, Trunks GT, and or Gotenks Adolescence cards to your among them to your hand. Shuffle your deck, choose 1 card in your hand and discard it. And if you added 2 cards. So if you only add 1, you don't have to discard. If you add 2, you have to discard 1. But I play 4 of those. You need 1 drop. So I also play 3 of these Roshis. I love negates, especially if I know it's gonna give me an extra combo for any of my other battle cards or for my leader at any given point of the battle, so I played 3 of those guys. I play 4 of these Trunks the Eager. The activate main, if your leader card is yellow Gotenks Adolescence card and you discard this card from your hand, add up to 1 yellow Sun Goten or a card with 15k power and energy cost of 3 from your deck to your hand, shuffle your deck. Pretty standard, but you're doing this to bring out a lot of the Gotenks and stuff that this deck runs. We also play 4 the Sun Goten the Eager. This is a pretty similar ability. The only difference is you get the Trunks GT. The same thing with 15k. So this brings out this brings out this. So you're pretty much bringing each other out with these guys. But it also can bring out any of the other ones that you have around. It doesn't only have to be these guys. I have more in this deck that, So I play 2 of these Technique Chain Goku, Son Goku. It's unique, which, is pretty cool. The activate main is for 1 yellow. If your leader card is a yellow Saiyan card and your opponent has 3 or more energy, play this card from your hand, which is awesome. It pretty much comes out for 1. And the second activate main is tap 2 yellow, play up to 1 Son Goku Absolute Annihilation from your deck on top of this card in active mode, and then shuffle your deck. So you could attack with this, use the ability, bow, restand them up with the other Goku, which I'll get to. Once I get to it, you'll see what it does. Then I also played 2 of these Sun Goten Flash of Brilliance, which, like I said, that Trunks the Eager. You can bring him out. He has a 3, he has 15k, so, you know, it's pretty cool. So, the activate main, if your leader card is yellow, Gotenks Adolescence card, and you choose 1 yellow card in your hand and discard it, add this card from your drop area to your hand. You can activate the main, oh yeah, so you can activate main skill on copies, right? So if I put out another one, I can't use the ability to the next turn. So that's that one. Then I play 3 of these Trunks Flash of Brilliance. So if your leader, activate main, if your leader card is a yellow Gotenks Adolescence card, and you choose 1 yellow card in your hand to discard it, add this card from the drop area, and you can activate the main. So it's the same thing as the Goten. So, you know, you're playing, they're both similar in a way. They're 3 drops, 15k. Like I said, you're trying to bring out what you can bring out at any given time. Because, you know, the Gotenks is where it's at this day. I played 2 of these Vegeta Prideful Transformations. I think 2 is good. I might end up bringing it up to 3. I'm still thinking about that. But right now I'm comfortable with 2. So he's a blocker. He's a counterplay as well. You know, you can't activate the counterplay skills of other cards for the turn. The battle card being played is played in rest mode, and then play this card. So permanent, if you have a yellow unison card with 2 or more markers in play, you can activate this card's counter skill from your hand without paying its cost. So he's technically free as long as you have a unison card with 2 cost or more. You know, so I played 2 of those, and here goes the first Gotenks. The Overwhelming Might. I played 2. He's a critical. Union Fusion, 2 yellow. Obviously the Sun Gotenks GT and a yellow Trunks GT. The auto is when this card is played, choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards, negate the skill for the turn, and draw a card. Activate main, place this card at the bottom of its owner's deck. Add up to 1 yellow Sun Gotenks GT card and up to 1 Trunks GT from your drop to your hand. So you're pretty much recycling those guys. And then I played 2 of these Son Goku Absolute Annihilation. The 3 drop lets you bring him on top of it, and it has a deflect barrier and it's unique. So if your leader card is yellow, your opponent can't activate extra cards unless they switch 1 of their energies to rest mode. So if they only have 1 and they're trying to really do, or like 2 cards and they want to activate 1 of their extra cards, even if it's a negate, they still have to tap 2. So technically they're paying 2. If it's a extra card that requires 3 or more, or like just say 3, they have to activate, or they have to tap 4 in order for them to play it. So it's a pretty solid card. I also played 2 Gotenks the Power Fusion. He's a double strike, 4 cost, 20k power. He's obviously Union Fusion, you know, as yellow Sun Goten GT and a yellow Trunks GT. And I like them because there's no specific cost on the Goten or the Trunks. So, you know, that's the good thing about most of these Gotenks. And then the auto is when this card is played, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, KO, and draw a card. Then I had to activate main, place this card at the bottom of its owner's deck, add it to 1 Goten GT and 1 Trunks GT, and place them in your hand from your drop. So they're obviously yellow. This is a mono yellow deck, so it's pretty, you know, it's pretty out there. It's right there. You know, I played 3 of the big boys here, the Gotenks going all out. Sorry about that. It's a double strike dual attack, which I like. 7 drop, but Union Fusion for 3. You draw 2 cards, a yellow Sun Goten GT and a yellow Trunks GT. So that's all you need. And there's no specific cost. So you can use these guys here to even just bring them out turn 3 if you need to. You know, like if you have them and you have both, you're good. So his auto is when this card is played, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, ignore and bury, negate the skills for the turn and KO it, which is great. For the super combos in this deck, I play one of the new ones. I play 4 of them. Counterblast Son Gohan. I actually like the ability on this one. So the auto is if your leader card is yellow and your life is at 4 or less, when this card is used in combo, choose 1. You either draw 1, Or during your turn, if your opponent has 5 or more cards in rest mode, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with energy 5 or less in rest mode and KO it, which is amazing. And then his second auto is when this card is played, choose one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. So technically, you're popping on no matter what. You're gonna rest one and pop one as long as they have 5 or more cards in rest mode. Which a lot of the times, you're gonna use a late game and when they have all their most of their energies tapped. That's when you do it. So that's good. Now the first set of unison cards that I play, it says Gogeta, dynamic unison. The permanent on this card is if all your energy in rest mode is mono yellow leader. Your mono yellow leader card gets 5k power during your opponent's turn, which is pretty good. That's why it's a mono yellow deck, and I'm trying to see what I can do with this deck. And most of these guys are pretty good. Auto once per turn when your opponent activates an extra card, add a marker to this. So every time they activate anything, a negate or anything, he's getting counters on. The +1 is activate main. You may choose 2 yellow cards in your hand, discard them. If you do, draw 2, which is good. The -4, activate main during your opponent's next charge phase. Your opponent can only switch up to 2 energy. Yeah, which is amazing. That's why I play 2. So the other ones that I play 2 of are this guy. What is his Machekabura? I know I butchered that name. Plotting revival. I play 2 of them. He's a blocker for unison. He's a 4 cost. As you can see, he was a 2 cost, which is great for me because I got a lot of the searchers for that to get the 2 cost ones or to even get the Saiyans that I need. But yeah, he's a blocker. His auto is once per turn. When this card loses a marker due to an opponent's attack, choose one of your opponent's cards and switch it to rest mode, which is it's amazing right then and there. The +1 is activate main, draw 1 card, and choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, ignoring barrier. That card cannot be switched to active mode until the end of your opponent's next turn. Then the -4 is activate main, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, gain control of it, and switch it to active, which is amazing. So you're pretty much doing the control here. You're taking cards from them. You're doing whatever it is, whichever one you choose to do at the time. So I also play 3, these are the last unisons I play in this deck. So that's why I said 7 is 2, 2, and 3. So I play 3 SS Broly Legendary Unison. So for 0, activate main, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and switch it to rest mode. Then the -1 is choose one of your opponent's battle cards with energy costs of 5 or less in rest mode and KO it. So, win-win situation with that. That's why I play 3. So one of the negates I play, it's a typical yellow staple, Flying Nimbus. To negate, then you may place 1 yellow card in your hand to drop it. If you do, your opponent can only attack 1 more time with battle cards. So it's a perfect time to use it when he uses his lead. When they attack with the leader, pow, pow, get it out the way. I play 3 of these Burning Kamehameha. So the permanent is if your leader card is yellow, you'll have a yellow unison card in play. Reduce the cost of this card by 1, which is good. It'll make him a 1-drop. Activate main. If your opponent has 4 or more cards in rest mode, choose one of your opponent's battle cards and KO him. In rest mode and KO, which that's great. Most of the cards here are usually KOing somebody or doing something to pop somebody. So I play 3. Now I play 4 of these Vegeta's Final Flash. So it's an activate battle. If your leader card is yellow, choose one of one of your leader cards or battle cards, and it gets 15k power for the duration of the battle. Auto, if all your energy is yellow when you activate this card, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and negate the skills for the duration of the turn. That's all you need. All you need, and that's all you want, especially when it comes down to most of the cards, especially when it comes down to the new Trunks deck that being played. There's a lot of new decks here that I feel like the Shinron and all that. This card can actually, be key. Same thing with this guy and a few other cards in this deck that allow you to pretty much rest them. You rest them and pop them. Then the last 2 cards I play are the Release from Evil. To counter attack, if your leader card is mono yellow, choose the attacking card. Ignoring barrier, negate its skills for the turn. It can be switched to active mode until the start of my next turn. You know, so that's pretty cool. The permanent, if you have a yellow unison card in play, you can activate this card skill from your hand without paying its cost. So technically what you're trying to do is just, you know, once you have a unison card out, he's free. You don't have to pay anything. You just just use him and you go from there. So this is the deck I built. This is what I got for this so far. This is my idea on this. I'm definitely gonna get like another box or two, maybe, you know, sometime in the next week or two. But, you know, I'm kind of excited to even play this. I did play it online a few times. It did pretty well. I think I only lost once, if anything. But yeah, like, it's really good. It's kind of a recycle with the Trunks and the Goten. You're consistently bringing out the Gotenks, you know, at rapid succession, and it's a pretty good It's a pretty good deck at that. It has, you know, you got a few blockers here and there. It has enough negates for you to last to bring out your combo and do everything, and you can definitely awaken as quickly as possible thanks to this guy, thanks to a few of the other cards in this deck. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think, what I should add, if there's a certain unison I should play. I would really appreciate any feedback on this. But you know, testing it and everything, so far so good. You know, it's been holding up. It's been, especially against aggro, it's been holding up really, really well. But that's, you know, it's a fun deck. You can't really go wrong with that. But that'll be it for today. I hope you guys like deck profile. The SS Gotenks, you know, Display of Mastery leader. It's a really fun deck. I think y'all should definitely try it out. With that being said, drop a like on this video, share it, subscribe, hit that big red subscribe button right there, you know, hit them notifications, you know, ring a ding ding. We need that stuff in our life, you know. Keep so y'all can be updated and posted on when I drop a new video. Drop some comments, man. Like, you know, let's do this, y'all. I'm ready to do a giveaway with the starter decks, or maybe a box, a sealed box of the Rise of the Unison Warrior. Who knows? Trying to get my channel up to 1,000 subscribers. Let's do what we gotta do, and I'm out, y'all. Peace.